Hey, if you're planning a retreat and worried about empty seats, you're not alone. The truth is, the most amazing retreats never reach their full potential. Not because they are not valuable, but because there's not enough of the right people that hear about them. What if you could fill your next retreat with motivated, excited attendees without pushy, awkward, or desperate signups? In this video, I'm gonna break down the exact strategies I've used and seen work for the top entrepreneurs and coaches to sell out retreats, create real buzz, and build community that can't wait to join you. I'll show you how to stand out, get people talking, and make sure that the event is everyone wants to attend. Stick around because I'm sharing actionable tips, real world examples, and a few little known secrets that make all the difference. Let's dive in, and by the end of this video, you'll have a proven roadmap to fill your retreat with the right people every single time. Let's get into it. So we're gonna go into some ways on how you can promote your retreat experience. How do you get people to actually show up? How do you get signups? We've gotten our price, we got the location, we got some logistics mapped out, we got our goals, we got the planning around the event. Now it's about how do we market and promote this thing? Because there's nothing worse than having an empty room. Literally nothing worse. If you start something, there's nothing worse than having an empty room. So we're going to talk about a few things right now. So the first thing, and we're going through probably 8 different strategies that we're going to be going through. So first, you got to nail your unique promise. So clarify the transformation or outcome your retreat delivers and make it irresistible and very specific. Here's the reason why, is that people are not going to buy your retreat experience or a ticket to something that they're doing it for the benefits or what kind of food that you're selling, or you're getting some t-shirts, or you're going to be getting some really nice gift bags. No one cares. That is all that's all just the dressing. That's all the toppings. What people are buying is the essence of what it is, which is the transformation. So you need to sell transformation. What are the tangible, deliverable things that every single attendee is going to receive? And you need to map those out to make sure that they're very clear and concise, where somebody's going to walk away with something and they're going to be like, oh my God, I need to attend this retreat. So for example, if it's a business retreat, we're going to want to have things that, what are the tangible business outcomes that I'm going to have by attending this retreat? Am I going to get more clarity on my offer to close more deals? Am I going to be able to build a team that has a great culture to be able to scale faster? Am I going to be able to learn how to sell and certain negotiation tactics so that way I can increase my revenue? You see that they're like these bullet point ways of how you're actually going to grow and help people. How you actually truly going to help somebody, the transformation and the outcomes. You have to make sure that they're irresistible. So somebody's like, why would you say no to that? So all those things that I listed, why would you say no to that? You'd be crazy to say no to that. Even if you are having a successful business and everything is moving, you would be crazy to say that. So that is number one. So nail your unique promise. Number 2 is leverage social proof. Share testimonials, behind the scene clips, success stories from past events to build trust and FOMO. Okay. This is a 2-parter. So if this is your first retreat, you need to make sure that you have that embedded within your retreat to capture the content, the testimonials, and the environment and the overall feeling that your retreat experience is providing. You need to make that a number 1 priority. So you need to get butts in the seats. You need to get people there. So if you're going to charge maybe a slight bit less as more of like a startup feeling of like, hey, I'm starting something. I'm going to be able to just get people in the room, document the entire process and the story around it, get testimonials. And that way, when you go do the next one, you now have something to package and sell, and you can really showcase that vibe and experience. So that way it's so much easier to have that social proof. If you already have social proof, use it. Photos, videos, testimonials, quote, location, the overall feeling and vibe of your event, the experience, the transformation, like anything that you have that's visual, audio, video, any of those things, you want to be able to use that to build trust quickly, especially for people that don't truly know you and know what you're capable of and know what this experience is. And also to make sure that they're like, man, I gotta go to this thing. I can't believe it. Absolutely can't believe it. So use social proof. The next thing is you want to use an exclusive offer to get people to quickly sign up for your retreat. So limit spots, offer early bird perks, or bundle bonuses to drive urgency and action. Why do I say this? Oftentimes we launch these events and people are busy. People are super busy. They're preoccupied with life, family, personal, just things that they're going through. And then also you have your business, and then they're running their business and they're just busy. And with the world of social media and it's attention grabbing world where it's like everything is just getting your attention every second, pop-ups, notifications, it's hard to stay focused, right? And really start to map out what you need to be doing and when you need to be doing those things. So I say all of that because I'm trying to get you to understand the philosophy of people. At the end of the day, you are selling this retreat experience to people, not robots, which means you need to create urgency around for them to make a decision. Otherwise, they will literally wait till the last second. Oftentimes in events, if you don't know, most of ticket sales for most events, if you have a huge core community of people where it's a big list of thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of people, and they're really locked into your brand, your message, and who you are and your offers. Yes. Is it possible to sell out an event quickly? Yes. But most of us don't have that. So, which means that most events, most tickets are sold between a week before the event or even 2 days prior to the event. What does that mean? That means that people literally, they know that your thing is coming up. They maybe have jotted it down on their calendar, but they're not going to make a decision until the last minute. So what does that mean for you? You need to make sure that you create that urgency, making sure that it's exclusive, making sure there's a benefit for them to lock in early, make it easy for them to lock in early, include bonuses or upsells of things that you know they're going to need just to offer it to them to see if they'll take it. So, for example, what we do is we actually do a tiered system, which is like early bird, but we basically grow the pricing month over month. So let me just show you this really quick. And this is a past retreat experience that we did. And let's share the screen real quick. All right. So this is a tiered pricing model. And if you guys want to go deeper on pricing, check out my previous video as I go really deep on pricing, how to price your retreat and how to make sure that you're, depending on where you're at, what are the different levels and methodologies when it comes to pricing your retreat. So this is a tiered model. So when we launched it, we kind of have this early bird price of $4,000, right? And then it increases every month, and we have marketing and promotions and things that will help drive that action. So why do we do this? Because we want to create urgency when it comes down to the retreat, and we want to make sure that there's limited spots, which it also, we're trying to get 20 people, for this event, which we did. We got there. We met the goal. But the thing is we also made it where it's easy to sign up. Yes. Are people ready to drop $4,000 right now? Probably not. Depending on who you're marketing out to and your type of clientele, maybe they have that. The people that are going to our retreat probably don't have that on hand, which means how do we get them to commit early and not get sticker shock? We have to make it easy for them. which is a $500 deposit. So how do they get committed? How do they save their spots? And then you can work out the other pricing later as far as getting on a payment plan, or maybe they can pay the rest before the event. So having that exclusive offer is really key. So map out what that offer is, what are the perks, what are the benefits of getting your ticket, and how do you increase that to get it early. All right, the next one. So tap into your network. Guys, I'm the change your circle, change your life guy. So you got to tap into your network. So use personal invites, strategic DMs, leverage your existing community to spread the word. And you want to do this where if you know that you're going to have certain people join, you want to send them that personal invite. Yes, you could do your email blast, and we'll get into all that in a second, but you want to send out that personal invite because you know that there's a high chance of them going. So you or your team member, make sure that they're reaching out personally and saying, hey, thought of you for this experience, and I know this would help you achieve X, Y, and Z. Like, how do we get you here? How do we get you there? That shows a level of care, a level of thought that went into it, and people love to be invited. They love to be invited to things. I say that because retreats are different than giant conferences, right? You are just trying to get a certain amount of people to know about your event, and if you could just get a couple of wins, that's going to build momentum. And that's what you want to do. You want to build momentum. So personal invites, strategic DMs on LinkedIn or Instagram. Those two, I think, are probably the best. If you have other platforms like TikTok and Twitter, and depending where your audience is, go ahead and shoot people DMs on those platforms. But do it in a way where you're not just straight up selling, like, hey, you want to go to this retreat? Start a conversation, depending on what hooks you have for your event that really, and we talked about that in previous videos, as far as the hooks that you have for your retreat experience. What's that big thing that people can't say no to as far as for this retreat? So get your community involved. And also you want to get, which we're actually this goes into the next thing actually, is you want to partner up. You want to build advocates. So if you already have people in your circle that are advocates of who you are, what you do, and just want to see you win, how do you leverage those connections to help get to a broader audience? So partner up, collaborate with other coaches, influencers, aligned brands to tap into new audiences. Who do you currently know? Who are your biggest advocates? Write down the top 10 biggest advocates, your fans, your cheerleaders, the people that are always in your corner. They're showing up to everything that you put on. They're always down to take a meeting. Those are the people that you want to equip to be able to go and promote your retreat experience. So you can do that by doing LinkedIn Lives or doing live streams together on Instagram. You could do that by hosting webinars or doing some kind of grouped events where you're partnering up with them, where you're driving traffic to them. You can make them part of the event. So now, you have a speaker or you have a special guest part of the event, and now they're marketing out your retreat instead of you doing all the marketing. So you got to strategically partner up with people so that way it's a win-win for everybody. And even we talked about this in the last video, but brands that want to get exposure to this audience or this experience that you're creating, how do you do that? You do that through collaborations and partnerships. That's a win-win, that if they're trying to get access to your community and your groups, what can we do in exchange? Is that a venue? Is that food? Is that an activity? Is that, just whatever that exchange is? There could be something there that could be a really great partnership. We talk about it a lot more in depth in a previous video, so definitely go check that out. So content that converts. That's the next thing. Content that converts. So don't just post out random social media. We need content that actually converts. So go beyond basic posts, host live Q&A, share countdowns, and give sneak peeks to keep your audience engaged. The experience doesn't just have to happen on the day of. You can promote it. Most of my promotion and all the things about the event experience happen before and after. During the event, yes, we're promoting, we're doing it, but like there's excitement in building up towards something. So you want to maximize that as much as possible. Host those Q&A, answer those questions, share the countdowns. We only got this many more days. Here's the next special. Here's the next, we just got a new speaker. We just got a new special guest. We just locked in a new venue partner. We just got a new brand. We just got a new sponsorship. You want to share that journey and have people be locked in and give sneak peeks to keep your audience engaged. Okay. Sneak peeks to keep your audience engaged. So you want to kind of have that like, hey, I haven't pulled the trigger yet on the retreat, but but they're doing this. Or, hey, we just got another ticket sold. I'm making the graphics for the retreat. I'm putting together the gift bags. You got to share the things that you're doing to give a little sneak peek of like, what is this experience? What are people getting? So do that through content, videos, photos, polls. Just do that through interactive content so people can know what you're doing. Don't overthink it. Just hit record, take a photo of what you're doing and make a post about it. This is not something to overcomplicate, but this content is the stuff that really converts. The next is that you have to highlight the experience. So show off the location, activities, unique touches that set your retreat apart. So the things like the activities, the spaces, if they're cool for create content or just to be in, the introductions of the people that you're going to meet, the special like bonuses or perks that they're going to get. You got to share that experience and highlight those key elements to get people to live in what they're going to get if they get a ticket from you. And then you got to make sure that the call to action is super clear. So tell viewers exactly how to apply, book, learn more. Don't leave them guessing. So like literally walk them through what those steps are to actually go to your retreat. So you want to walk them through those steps because they want to know what the process is. They want to know what they're getting themselves into if they put their money down, their hard-earned cash going into your experience. You want to make sure that they're comfortable and the trust is already built. And what happens next after I apply? Like these are things that a lot of people take for granted, but I know that the more you walk somebody through the process, the easier it is to get them to say yes. And then lastly, okay, we're talking about how to promote and market out this event. So I've already given you a lot of strategic ways of how to approach the marketing and the promotions. Last, I'll say that you probably already know. Send things out to your email list. So you want to, on your newsletter, weekly, you want to be hitting people up with updates, like everything that you're putting into for your social media. You want to basically translate that over in an email form and start continually sending out emails. If you built up a wait list for this thing, you want to send this out to your wait list. Also to market, you can host mini experiences leading up to your retreat. So why not just host like a meetup or a dinner or a podcast and start to promote the event? Hop on other people's podcasts and promote the event. You want to promote this thing. I often think about things as an artist. So when they're about to release a big song or a big album, they're on a press tour. So you want to constantly be pushing out the word about this event, because you cannot take for granted that everybody just knows about the event. Like you just can't think that way or assume that's what everybody knows. Everybody doesn't know this event is happening. Even your people closest to you don't know. That's why you have to scream it to the rooftops. And if they do know, they might forget. So you got to keep reminding them of what's going on next. Keep sharing testimonials. Do not make it all about you. So keep sharing those testimonials, share the transformation, share the experience. That will get people to convert. And the more that you host these meetups, you do some podcasts, you do email communication, you really blast this stuff out. You're doing personal DMs, strategic DMs, partnerships, you're getting other people involved. It doesn't just become a you thing, it becomes a we thing. And when it becomes a we thing, now you have more access channels to be able to go and promote. and really push this thing. So that's how I would promote a retreat experience. There's a lot of other extras and add-ons as far as to be able to promote that we've used as you grow and as you continue to do more and more retreats. But I wanted to make this very simple, straightforward, and give you ideas. Also, use ChatGPT, like literally use AI to give you ideas about how to promote, how to push your retreat. Say, hey, this is my business. This is what I do. This is the retreat experience. These are the type of people that I want to come out to the retreat. What's the best ways to be able to market and promote this to get butts in the seats? And that prompt alone will give you a ton of different ideas, but you got to act on them. You got to act on these ideas, and you got to be able to push this stuff out and scream to the rooftops all the way to the day of. That's what we do. Typically we give at least 3 months, 3 to 4 months as far as leeway before the event. So from the time we announce to the date of the event, it's 3 to 4 months. So you really want to drive promotion. If you're promoting like a year long, like a year in advance, it's a waste of your time. Just do a wait list if you're promoting, because the thing is, people, they're just so busy being busy, and they're not going to make a decision that far out. They're just not. They would like to know that you do these things, and people like to say, oh yeah, it would be nice to know like what the plans are for next year so I can put them on my calendar. They probably won't make a decision until 3 to 4 months before the event anyways. So use this framework to really help promote your retreats, market your retreats, to get people clamoring to come back again and again. I want to make sure that you actually apply these things. So what I want to do is, in our community, there will be a how-to guide as far as step-by-step, basically break it down, everything that I just went through, but also giving some other tips of how to promote and how to really push and drive engagement and get people to sign up for your retreat. So if you're interested, go ahead and take a look in the link down below and join the community. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to push out this YouTube stuff, trying to really, get people the information that they need. So definitely give us a like, give us a comment, subscribe. I want to hear your feedback. What is the things that most resonated with you? What questions do you have? That gives me ideas for future videos. And my name is Jamar Jones. And don't forget, if you can change your circle, you can change your life. I will catch you guys on the next video, as we're going to really get more into what it's like getting a little closer to your retreat, things you should be thinking of, and then we'll hit another video on the day of and how to really put this whole thing together. So appreciate you so much. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.